This is the Chassidic Story Project with Barak Hullman, podcasting from Jerusalem, Israel.
To become a supporter of this podcast, please go to HasidicStory.com, HASIDIC story.com.
You'll never know, you'll never know, you'll never know, you'll never know.
A poor chassid who needed to marry off his daughter came to Rebbe Menachem Mendel of Kotsk, the Kotzker Rebbe, and he said, Rebbe, please, I need help. I don't know what to do. I don't have enough money to marry off my daughter. I need to buy food and clothes and candles, and I also need money to help them get started in life. So the Kotzker said, no problem. I have a wealthy chassid. I'll write you a note. You take it to him. He'll pay for everything. And so the poor chassid was very happy about this, and he took the note with him from town to town till he finally reached the town of the wealthy chassid. And he feels a sense of relief. After all, he didn't have any money. He had to walk the whole way. And having only one pair of shoes, he took his shoes and put them over his shoulder as he walked. So he was very happy to finally be in civilization and at his final destination. And he knocks on the door of the wealthy chassid. The wealthy chassid sees this poor Jew there. The poor Jew says, Shalom Aleichem. The wealthy chassid says, Aleichem Shalom. And the poor Jew shows him the letter from the Kotzker Rebbe. The wealthy Jew, he looks at this letter and he says, wow, Mazel Tov, your daughter's getting married and you need 1,000 rubles to marry her off. I see. Well, it's been a long journey, obviously. So why don't you come in, take a bath, I'll give you some food, we'll daven mincha, and then we'll talk. So the chassid comes in and he really feels a sense of relief. You know, here's the wealthy Jew and he's being so nice to him and he has the letter from the Rebbe. And he goes and he takes a bath. He's thinking, what a relief. Not only is it a pleasure to finally be here and know that everything's taken care of, I get to take this nice bath and I'm staying in this beautiful home. And he gets out of the bath and he puts on his shoes, which he had carried with him, so they would stay in good shape. And he comes and he has a very nice meal, and then they go and daven mincha. And the wealthy Jew says to the chassid, you won't be making your journey back until tomorrow. So let's talk about this tomorrow. You'll spend the night here. I'll give you a very nice room. And we'll daven arvit and learn a little bit together. Tomorrow morning we'll daven shachrit. You'll eat some breakfast. Then we'll take care of business and you can head back home. So the chassid is thinking, this is like a vacation for me and I never get a break from my hard life and such a life of luxury here. And the letter from the Rebbe is working and the wealthy Jew is going to take care of everything and I don't have anything to worry about. And so he davens arvit and has dinner and they learn together and everything's going great in the morning. Daven shachrit, he has breakfast. And the wealthy Jew says, okay, now it's time for us to conclude our business. Let me see that letter again. And he looks at the letter and the letter says from the Kotzker, please help my poor chassid here. He needs 1,000 rubles to help marry off his daughter. He needs to buy food and clothes and needs to help the new couple out in life. And the wealthy Jew folds up the letter and hands it back to the poor chassid and he says, here you go, and wait a second, let me go in the other room and get some money for you. And he comes back with 10 rubles. The chassid looks at the money and he says, sir, maybe there's a misunderstanding here, but I needed 1,000 rubles and you only gave me 10. I'm short a lot of money here. That's not what it says in the letter. And the wealthy chassid said, I'm sorry, but that's all I can do for you. And the poor Jew is looking around the wealthy Jew's home and he's saying, this is all you can do for me? You live in a life of luxury here. You live in a mansion. Do you know what my life is like? I have nothing. But he didn't say a word. Doesn't matter. The wealthy Jew could just see it on the poor Jew's face. And he said, I'm sorry, my friend. 10 rubles. That's all I have. May Hashem help you that by the time the wedding comes, you'll have all the money that you need. And with that, he sends off the poor Jew, gives him some food, says, sei gesund, go in health, and he leaves. The poor Jew starts the long road back home. Once again, his shoes over his shoulders, walking in the mud, walking on the stones. And when he was coming to the wealthy Jew, he had a little spring in his step because he had the letter from the Kotzker. And he knew that everything was going to work out because the Kotzker said so. And here and now he's so disappointed. I mean, what chutzpah? That wealthy Jew has so much money. He couldn't help me. I don't understand. In the several days that it takes him to walk home, The whole time he's saying, I don't understand. He looks at the letter again. The letter says to help out the poor chassid, and the poor chassid says, he didn't help me. I mean, okay, very nice. I spent the night in his house. He gave me 10 rubles. That doesn't help me. And the whole time that he's walking back, he says, Hashem, if I was the wealthy chassid, I would have helped me out. I would have given me 2,000 rubles. Hashem, please. It obviously didn't work out with this wealthy chassid. You got to help me, Hashem. Please, I have to marry off my daughter. The whole walk home, he keeps thinking about it, and he's davening, Hashem, please, you got to help me. You got to help me. Where is help going to come from? Izri me'im Hashem. Only it's going to come from you, Hashem. You're the only one that can help me. And finally he gets back home. He's kind of down because his wife had sent him on this important mission, and here he failed. He knocks on the door and comes in the house, and his wife says, you did it! You're amazing! And he said, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything. I have 10 rubles here. I spent the night in the wealthy chassid's house. I mean, what did I do? She said, no, you don't understand. Go out back. So he goes behind the house, and he sees there's wagons filled with food and clothes and candlesticks and furniture and everything that the couple could need for the wedding and for establishing their life afterwards. And the chassid is very confused. He doesn't understand what's going on. So he goes to the Kotzker Rebbe, and he says to the Kotzker, I don't understand. You gave me this letter. I went to your chassid. He gave me 10 rubles. He was very nice. I spent the night in his house. I come home, and all the stuff for the wedding is here. What's going on? So the Kotzker, he looked at his chassid, and he said, when you went to the wealthy Jew with the letter that I gave you, you had so much confidence in that letter, in the wealthy Jew. You were certain that everything was going to come from him, and that all you had to do was show up. When you were there, you enjoyed yourself in his house, and you were relaxed, because you knew that everything was going to happen exactly the way it was supposed to. And then when it didn't, the whole walk home, you were trying to figure it out. And what did you do? You davened to Hashem. You asked Hashem for help. You see, this wealthy chassid of mine, he knows better. And when he saw that you were relying on him rather than relying on Hashem, he decided to teach you a lesson. He gave you the 10 rubles, but as you were walking home, he sent all of the provisions that you would need for your daughter's wedding on the wagons that would get to your house before you reached home. And now that you've learned the lesson, I hope the next time you need help, you won't rely on a letter, and you won't rely on a wealthy Jew, but rather have faith in Hashem and your ability to ask Hashem for whatever you need through your davening.